Now, tonight, my angle comes from our neighborhood, the Republic of Uganda, the country Winston Churchill, as an early explorer, nicknamed the Pearl of Africa. You see, my concern is more like that of a neighbor who is increasingly perturbed by bad behavior next door. It is more like living next to a persistently abusive neighbor who beats the wife and children every night. You wouldn't just keep quiet, would you? Let me explain. Now, 2 days ago, Uganda's telecommunications regulator, the Uganda Communications Commission, wrote a letter which reminded me of the Kenya of the 1980s. The letter was addressed to one of Uganda's private TV stations, NBS, a fast-growing TV channel that in 2016 shook the Ugandan market with its on-the-go live news gathering at the height of the heated presidential campaigns. The letter was largely general in nature, complaining about some unidentified offense that NBS had allegedly committed in the course of its regular live broadcasts. But it is the directives given by the Commission to the broadcaster that are more worrisome. Those orders border on the laughable, if not outright insane. In the letter, the Commission says, and I'll quote now, "In order to avoid a recurrence during the investigations, the Commission hereby directs that NBS should immediately suspend the producer, head of news, and head of programming pending conclusion of the investigations." Really? That the Commission, in broad daylight, through an official letter printed on a letterhead, is asking a broadcasting station to suspend 3 of its top employees for some unspecified offense? But it doesn't end there. The Commission further directs that NBS should within 3 days submit to the Commission the names, the particulars, and the qualifications of these office holders. Now, this is surely something that has to be condemned. At any time, and even more loudly on this eve of the globally observed World Press Freedom Day. It is gratifying to note, however, that the country's National Association of Broadcasters, NAB, has challenged this directive and asked for an urgent meeting with the Commission. The association has rightly pointed out that suspending the said staffers would undermine journalism in that country and create an environment of fear. Now, we have had many difficult times in Kenya in the media, including that mindless shutdown in early 2018. And yes, the government has often tried to influence staffing of key roles in media houses, but it never came to this. A regulator spelling out in black and white the names and roles of people who should be fired. Please note, I do not work for NBS, but as an experienced journalist, I know that a media house of NBS's caliber would have its own internal mechanisms of dealing with any breaches or complaints. But for a regulator to arrogate itself the power to hire and fire journalists at will is the height of folly and an unfortunate moment of institutional power-drunk stupor for the USCC. This administrative arrogance must be condemned. Journalism is not a crime, so please let NBS be. Let the journalists be. Just a view from a concerned neighbor. And that is my angle tonight.